It sure is the Jordan Mailata Show. We're at Chickie's and Pete's in South Philly. Brought to you by Miller Lite. It's Miller time, Eagles fans. Celebrate responsibly. Congratulations on the win, Jordan. What, man?
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Congrats.
Thanks.
Congrats. So yesterday, as I was waiting for the game, I decided that 1 p.m. Sunday used to be my favorite time for an Eagles game, but now it's Sunday night. So I rank it, and I want to know what yours are. I rank it Sunday night 1 p.m. 2, 4 p.m. 3, and then Monday night is 4. Thursday sucks, so I don't like Thursday at all. What is your favorite time for an Eagles game?
All right, here we go. Probably 1 p.m.
Okay.
1 p.m. and then probably the 4:30 games.
Okay. All right.
Second. And then it doesn't matter what day it is. All the night games are last.
Okay, you don't like the night game. Is it the waiting around?
Just
Is
the
it
waiting around.
Okay.
That's all it is.
Does it affect your body clock at all? Because I imagine you're a routine guy.
I wouldn't say body clock. For me, it's just the head miles.
Okay.
Yeah, just want to go out there and play.
Okay.
I kind of think once they change the clock for daylight savings, they should push the game up to 7:30. I feel like it's too dark and cold and late. It's just absurdly late.
I agree.
Right?
I agree. It's just simple things.
Dude, it was dark at 4:30. I was driving in. I'm like, can't believe there's a game tonight.
Yeah.
But primetime is cool, I will say.
Yeah.
The crowd was awesome, too.
The crowd was amazing. Yeah, that was awesome. Primetime games are fun to play in.
Yeah.
They're just not my favorite, just because all the waiting around. That's all. That's the only thing.
When I'm sure you're going to say yes, but I want to get like a real answer. When the crowd is on one, which it sounded like last night, I wasn't there, but on TV, does it affect you at all? Or do you just learn to tune all of it out because you have to tune it out on the road, sort of?
No, it depends. When they're loud when we're on the field, that's probably the only time it'll sort of affect us. Just
Okay.
'cause, everything's timed up on a voice cadence, on a verbal cadence, and so sometimes we'd have to go on a silent cadence at home, and that kind of sucks because it takes your eyes off the defensive end, especially if we're passing the ball.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's electric. It's electric, man. You got to feed off it, and even when we do go off verbal or silent cadence, it's so fun.
I noticed prior to, I think it was a tush push last night, you guys were all telling the audience, the crowd to be quiet.
Dude, it was so funny. I'm glad you picked that up.
Thank you.
We did that, and everyone in front of us was doing last year's.
Oh, so they thought you were
So
celebrating.
everyone thought we were celebrating. We're like, no, calm down. So then we were just looking at each other like, man, how do we tell them to quiet down now?
Well, it was funny because the crowd definitely picked up on it, and they managed to be quiet for about 2 seconds, and then eventually they're like, "Nah, this is too exciting,"
tush
and they
push.
just got loud again for the tush
They
push.
love the tush push, man.
They do.
I love that about Philly. They've adopted the tush push.
Yeah, I noticed they're pretty good about being quiet while you're on offense. But there's something about the anticipation of the tush push that gets them on their feet. They get excited.
The tush push, they certainly love that play, and so that's the only time we really hear them. And it's kind of like that's the worst time you could do it because we're trying to get off on the cadence, and we're trying not to false start.
Yep.
And we're trying to beat them to the punch. And they're also yelling stuff out at the same time that Jalen's yelling. So yeah, it's tough.
So maybe it was nothing, but I noticed before one of the tush pushes, the ref came up and seemed to be talking to you guys.
Yeah.
Do they now come up to you that the play is getting, I mean, it's always gotten attention, but now that it's getting so much attention with the false starts and all that, and say to you, like, hey, just so you know, like, what was he saying something to you there? Or
Yeah, they kept saying to Cam to stop, don't move the ball. Don't you move the ball. So
all
Cam
game or
would-
just a tush push thing?
No, it was mainly on the tush push. And Cam would turn around and tell them, well, can you put the laces up?
Oh, yeah, true.
He's like, you guys keep putting the laces down. And so they would do that for him, and they just kept coming back saying, hey, make sure you guys aren't in the neutral zone. And I was like, well, it's kind of rich.
Yeah. Considering.
Well, Steen got screwed on that one play, right? So if the
We didn't know that. We didn't know that rule. So if they start off in the neutral zone, before we snap the ball, we can't jump. We can't try and draw him off sides because they have a. It's the same as like when they, if they're going for like an offsides. If they're on offsides and then nobody goes out to get them, they can jump back on sides again and they don't call it.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean?
So
it's the same. It's the same premise.
So you can't do anything about it. You really just have
really
to snap
can't.
the ball.
So you just have to
and
snap
hope.
the ball and let them and hope that they see that or they catch it.
Got it.
So,
yeah. It seemed like Lions did a pretty good job on the tush push last night. Were they doing anything that was different or particularly effective?
I would say watch the film.
What if we don't know what we're watching?
Well, I saw one thing.
That's the only thing. I don't want to give anything away.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I thought we still got some good movement there on the left side. So,
were you when on that? There was a 3rd and 1 earlier in the game when you guys didn't go for it. You ran. Were you surprised that you didn't go for it at that point?
Oh, you're talking about that play? Yeah. No, that's one of our short yardage plays.
Okay.
So it was just a nice little change up.
Yeah.
A little tendency breaker.
Yep.
And it just didn't go our way, man. Sorry. Just didn't go our way that one play. So. All right.
I thought the game last night, before we get into the offense too, though, I mean, Detroit had that game circled for like a year and a half. Like they called it a must-win. They said it was a game that they did have circled on the schedule.
St. Brown said in the offseason that he hoped the Thursday night opener was them because they wanted to play you guys so badly.
So honestly, I don't know how people can waste that kind of energy. Bro, I got no time to be doing that, man. I don't know how they can do that, man. I don't know.
Jealousy.
I don't know how people, not just in general, like man, I got no time to spare, man, to be circling games like that. Like, what are we doing?
Well, I think part of it's probably when you are the Super Bowl champion. I think it is about when they work in the offseason, they're probably thinking we have to be better than the Eagles. When you play teams this year, you truly are the benchmark for them. So I thought it was pretty impressive that for a team in Detroit that is known for being very physical and that wins, not as much as you guys do, but certainly wins quite a bit, you guys definitely match the intensity they came with. And I know it's easy to say, well, we're always going to be intense, but Detroit was fired up for that game. And I thought physically and mentally you guys matched them, if not surpassed them, from a physical and intensity standpoint.
Yeah, I'd see it as they'd have to match our physicality, because we have some dogs up front, especially on that D line. So I think defensively you have to match their physicality, but as well as us up front, the run game didn't look as pretty, as we used to seeing. But 150 yards on the ground, still a good night in the run game. So got to match that physicality. I was proud of the perseverance on the offensive side, man. It was ugly. I'll be the first to say it was ugly, but time of possession is no joke, and that does help when your defense is turning the ball over, almost every drive.
Well, the Lions were number 1 in the league in time of possession going into that game last night.
Were they?
Yeah. So
see again,
they don't punt,
massive.
Which is probably one of the reasons. Is they hardly punt, which is probably one of the reasons. But you guys were able to. I mean, you stopped every 4th down conversion.
I didn't do anything. That was our defense. They played lights out, man.
Yeah.
They played
0 for
lights
5.
out, and that's what I'm saying. Like we win that game because of our defense. That's a good sign of a football team. To be honest.
I thought about you watching the game because you were playing in it. Also, but also
there he is again.
Yeah, there is the same guy we talked to on Monday. But you had mentioned in the last game you had that long drive, and that ends in the turnover, and then the next drive you fall and then Saquon falls, and you had mentioned it just sort of it can take you out of rhythm a little bit.
Yep.
And then so last night you guys come out throwing, and had a few drops.
Yeah.
And I thought about that because the balls were there to be caught. Yeah, everybody screws up, whatever. But then all of a sudden, when it seems like it worked, but it didn't. I thought about that rhythm, sort of like how different the offensive game could have gone if those balls don't get dropped because of what you had said.
Yeah, you look back at that game, we watched it back today, and you're just like, man, we really shot ourselves in the foot here. We had 9 penalties. We had I can't remember the number of catches we dropped, but those are the things that take no talent, man. And I say that because we have great wide receivers and tight ends, and so the standard is high. And sorry about that. Let me put this here. And so, what was I saying?
Standards high. Drops.
Yeah.
The self-inflicted wounds.
Yes, the self-inflicted wounds. Sorry, I'm a little tired.
It's a late night.
Yeah, I didn't go to bed till like 5:30, 5:45.
Okay.
What?
I went to bed at 2.
I didn't go to bed at
5:45. Why?
And then I woke up at 9:30 to go lift.
Why didn't you get bed till 5?
I got up at 7 and went to the
just
gym.
Can't, man. It's going to bed and the sun's going up. But you look at the game and you're just like, man, we really shot ourselves, and that rhythm that we talked about last week. That's just like, those are things that we can control, and if the game would look different, it would have looked different. And we had penalties, number of penalties, and so that in itself is just gonna, it's not gonna be smooth. You got to find that rhythm again, and that Detroit defense, man. Yeah, that was a good defense that we saw last night.
So I feel like a lot of players last night, to their credit, were saying that the issues on offense were self-inflicted by mistakes, right? Penalties, getting behind the sticks, drop passes, things like that. My question is, how do you go about fixing self-inflicted wounds? Like, what's the strategy there for you guys? I mean, you're a captain of the team. What you say matters. I'd imagine the captains obviously have a lot of influence in the locker room with the team. I mean, at what point in the season do the self-inflicted wounds become something where it's like, we have to do something more drastic to get this to stop? Because there's so much talent, and it does seem like week after week it's 1st and 15, 2nd and 25. Like, what's the strategy there?
We're never going to play a perfect game. I say that as an offensive lineman because it's hard. All it takes is one bad play, one sack, and you've had
everyone thinks you had a
bad game. And so I say we're never going to play a perfect game, and you try to attain that. But as long as we come in with that mindset of trying to get better from the last game, I mean, that's all you can do. You got to hold each other accountable. We got to police ourselves and not worry about whatever anyone else is thinking outside this building, at least. And so policing ourselves, holding ourselves to the standard, and that's something that we got to do. I got to do as a captain, and along with the other captains, is lead by example. Are we doing the extras after practice? Are we leading by example? So moving forward, that's what I'm going to do. Well, even more now.
I was going to say, I imagine to get to the level you're at, there were probably a lot of days you did reps after practice, and a lot of days where you worked when maybe others wouldn't. But when you're the captain, do you think about that in terms of, okay, I need other people to see me doing this because they need to know that in order to correct these things, we need to be working harder? And do you feel like that's happening?
I think in the gym, absolutely. On the field, I could be a little bit better there. I do stay after practice with the young ones with our rookies to go over some drills that maybe they missed during the practice because Stout prioritizes the ones getting the reps, and so I lead by example by giving everything I have in Indy, and I try and preach the same to our youngins. Like, I get it. Like, some of them I tell them, like, this is the only reps you're going to get today. So why are you going half, like 50%? I said, do you see me doing this? Do you see Landon doing this? Do you see, like, we don't take plays off. You can't. And so just leading by example, and I think I can do a better job at, again, just instead of like lead the after school, after practice drills, and trying to get more guys to stay behind, more veterans to stay behind, and get some extra work done.
It almost seems like, just from a human perspective, when those things happen in a game, almost concentrating to try to make them not happen can make them happen again. Does that make sense?
You mean like false starting?
Well, yeah. I mean,
that happens all the time. When you think about, okay, I can't false start, or like when you do false start,
yes.
then the next play you're like, shoot, don't false start, and then you're laid off the ball.
Yes.
So that always happens. But it's I want to say it's human nature, but it's not football nature, I guess.
Well, yeah, but I think it's human nature too. I think the more you, that's why they say for sports, but for any sort of professional career, having that short memory to learn from it but not focus on it almost. But if you don't, then you can get caught up in trying to erase. You can't erase an error that you made that already passed. Yeah. But sometimes when you're thinking about not making it again, it's sort of that same thing. You know, I can't do it now. It almost makes you more likely to make a different mistake. So if you have that short memory. Yeah,
that's what we preach. Try and focus for 4 seconds at a time in that offensive line room and then move on to the next play.
Yeah.
No sense staring at it. And so, that's what we preach.
Are you finding times to enjoy the win? I know you're up till 5:30, but is the team still having fun? Because I know as a fan base and a media, one thing I was thinking about a lot today was there are definitely things you guys can improve on, but I look at the other 31 teams and think they would kill to have the problems you guys have, right? So how do you go about balancing, because I know you're tired, but, thinking, okay, like that, we beat the Lions in a game that was anticipated for a year and a half. We're 8-2. We're lined up for the 1 seed with, I probably didn't play my best game or something like that.
It's one of those things where you just have to celebrate, especially when the other half of your team, defense and special teams, they're playing top-tier football, you know, and you can't be such a sour. You can't be sour, man. You really just have to enjoy it. When they say enjoy the win, just enjoy it. Like, as much as we want, because we do get pretty down on ourselves on that, especially on the sideline, because we're just like trying to problem solve, and so we're not like attentive to how good the defense is playing, and so we're just drawing up plays on the sideline and just adjusting to what they're giving us, and it takes away from the focus of being in the moment and supporting the defense who's doing a bang up job. And
unbelievable job.
You just, at the end of the day, you gotta set the expectation of, we are trying to play, we are trying to get to that standard. We are trying to go back to who we are and have fun. We are having fun. It's just doesn't look the same because the standard.
Yeah.
We're not playing to the standard that we know we could play to, but we are definitely still having fun.
All right, we'll take a See, I got to put that in the rear
now he's
view.
going to be upset the rest of the show.
I'm going to think about it constantly.
Yeah.
We'll be back with more with Jordan. It's the Jordan Mailata Show, Chickies and Pete's in South Philly, brought to you by Miller Lite. Enjoy the Miller Lite Whistle to Whistle Game Day Special here at Chickies and Pete's. Celebrate responsibly. It is the Jordan Mailata Show. We're at Chickies and Pete's in South Philly, brought to you by Miller Lite. It's Miller Time, Eagles fans. Celebrate responsibly. So, Lane, going to be out, the public reports say 4 to 6 weeks, but we don't know for sure how long with the Lisfranc injury. You have Fred Johnson, who will pick up for Lane. What do you think? We know Fred will do a great job. You have a lot of confidence in Fred. Strategy-wise, like, what do you guys miss the most when Lane's not in there?
Lane's 1-on-1. You can't replicate that, and he's a rare breed of athlete, as well as a football player, and his tenacity, his strength, his speed, his quickness, foot and body quickness is unreal. And when he's out there in the open field, he can do a lot of things, and we're going to miss him. But we have Fred Johnson.
Pause. I feel like it's been. I feel like an afternoon show had to do it. Exactly.
Yeah, that was a good one. Sorry.
Seems like it's been a tough year for Lane, just staying on the field. He's played great when he's been out there.
Yeah. Best player on our team.
Yeah, probably. Have you talked to him since the injury? I mean, how's he doing? It's got to be tough to know he's going to be out for a while.
His spirit is very, very positive.
You do a good impression of that when you do it.
And, is it better than my playing style?
I'll stop. Being a little harsh on yourself.
I spoke to him for a little bit. Didn't get to have a one-on-one with him around the guys.
Yeah.
His spirits seem really high, and he seems positive. So that was that. Haven't spoken to him one-on-one, but from what I gathered and my conversations from him in the group setting, he was in high spirits and he was good.
What's the tough part of losing a player in-game as opposed to now? Obviously, you don't want anyone to miss time, but Lane is not playing next week. So you have all week. I mean, what are the difficulties of in-game when you have to make a switch like that?
Of in-game? I don't... change anything because of the way we practice and the way we prepare the next guy up. Maybe it changes the way the defensive, how they align, but I don't feel like they changed much at all. So I don't think it really changes much unless there's a significant drop off from
right. Well, and last
person to
year,
person.
It's interesting when you look a lot of the stats about how you guys do with or without Lane. A lot of the struggles without Lane were early on. I mean, last year you never want to miss Lane, but last year when Fred was in, I think you guys were 5-1 with him on the field. So it does feel like Fred is it's a good option to have to go. If you're going to lose Lane, at least there's a history of succeeding with him in there.
Was that one game the Tampa game last year?
Yes. Yeah, because that was a disaster all around.
Yeah.
A lot of injuries that game,
Yeah,
too.
no Devontae, no AJ, none of that.
Making excuses for you, no worries.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You were calling the 6th offensive lineman package Big Freddy. Now that Fred's already in there, and I assume it's, is it Pryor that goes in there? Do we call it Big Pryor? I mean,
you guys tell me.
Well, I don't know.
I think we should call it Big Pryor.
Yeah.
I think you should keep it with Big Fred because, Lane's going to be back. What are you just going to switch off the
Well, I mean,
inaccurate?
4 to 6 games is kind of
Yeah.
it's a big deal.
Yeah, it's a long stretch. That's true.
You need a name for the package.
I
You only
agree.
got 7 more games.
I think we can do Big Pryor.
Yep.
Doesn't have the same ring as Big Fred, but
No, it doesn't.
yeah, Big Pryor's.
We could do Big Matt
Big Matt.
because you were doing Fred. not
Massive
Big,
Matt, your Massive Matt package.
Big Johnson would have been an interesting package.
Big Johnson
in
would have
there.
been good.
Yeah.
That would have been the greatest.
That would have been the good
The
one.
greatest.
You could do it again, yeah.
So, maybe we just go with Big Matt.
Yeah, there you go.
Doesn't have the same ring.
No,
Can't even do
no.
that.
You mentioned you guys watched the film today. Was that in the team setting, like the team meeting? And
Team meeting and individual.
What was the mood of the team meeting like?
That was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. I think the way Sirianni he conducts the team meeting of like our accountability film, seeing both sides of the ball, and I love that he calls you out. Like he would call anyone out. Doesn't matter who you are. He call you out in front of everybody. That's just another form of being accountable to your teammates. It sucks when you get called out.
Yeah. What's that like?
Man, it's
Do
the
you ever
worst
get
feeling.
called out or?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the worst feeling ever. He's just like, man, everyone's seeing your mistake, and it's like, and he's breaking it down, and it's just like it's the worst. It feels like everyone's looking at you, but everyone's looking straight, but everyone's looking at you, and you're just like, oh man. Sometimes you just that feeling is enough to just like, okay, I'm gonna do my job right next time because that feeling sucked.
Do you think people are different, right? They're motivated differently.
Yeah.
Do you think that works for everyone?
Not for everyone.
Yeah.
Not for everyone. I think it definitely works. But I think it just depends on the play. Some guys just learn from others.
Yeah.
Some guys need to be called out. I shouldn't say called out, but like some players learn from making mistakes. Some players learn from others making mistakes, and some people just don't learn.
Yes. Yeah. Well, there is that too. Yeah.
So, yeah.
There was a report that came out last night from Derek Gunn, longtime Eagles reporter.
Heard about it.
Yeah, that just in case anybody hasn't heard, that there were many people in the building were frustrated with Jalen, and that there were some limitations to what he was doing, that he was going out playing the way that he wanted, so on and so forth. Have you noticed any frustrations with Jalen, his way in or out of the building, or his performance?
No. What did so I heard about it, but what
Yes.
did Derek actually say?
I mean, Luke, do you have it back? I could play it for you. Luke, it's in there. Luke will find the audio.
Cool.
So I'm not
Yeah,
paraphrasing.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
So, yeah, I don't know if.
Okay, here
You
we
want
go.
to hear it? Here we go.
I'm
Thanks,
just
God.
basically telling you, there's a lot of people in that organization that are frustrated with the quarterback situation right now. But the quarterback understands he has him over a barrel. This is almost Carson Wentz part two. They're not going to eat. They're not going to eat this kind of money yet. There's no way they're going to eat this kind of money. Look at the cap hit they took when they got rid of Carson. And look, it took them a couple of years to get back on solid ground again, footing, because they were handcuffed financially because of what they owed in the cap hit they took with Carson Wentz. You got the same scenario here with a bigger volume of money involved here.
So just because Jordan can't speak to the salary cap, there should be another one there, Luke. I should have noted.
Yeah.
Well, while we
yeah.
wait for the other one.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
It has been constantly discussed all season long, yet when they transition to the field on a football game, he plays his game. Not the game the coaches want him to play. He plays his game. I don't think you can get him out of that mode at this particular point. I think it's what we're going to have to watch all season long is him playing his game. You know, you look at a lot of quarterbacks, they're going to sling it. They're going to try to throw it through an eye of a needle. Sometimes you just have to take that chance. That's not his game. That's why he stands back there. A lot of times he's patting the ball, and it throws the timing of the offense off. The rhythm is thrown off. I don't think at this point they can't get him out of it. It's frustrating in a lot of ways to the coaching staff and to the players. Extremely frustrating to the players because when they look at the film the next day or a few days later, they see what's available out there, what should have happened, and it didn't happen. It's frustrating to them as well.
That's the more relevant one, I guess.
Yeah, I guess we're watching two different clips, two different films. Yeah, I can't speak on what Derek's saying. If that's what he's saying, I'm not going to sit here and tell him, hey, how dare you?
Sure.
Hey, he's how long has he been part of the media?
D-Gun?
Long time.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
a couple of decades.
Not gonna lie, he's like the Mount Rushmore of Eagles.
So
Yeah,
I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, yeah, that's what he sees.
well,
I don't see it. I know how much work Jalen puts into this, and so, I just have to. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I don't know how to address that. Dude.
Sure,
I'll be
sure.
honest. I don't know how to address that.
Well, that aside, I guess my question would also be, I guess really to both you guys, since we're just talking about it, is the bigger concern for me would be, I don't think it's fair that somebody within the organization, and this is not D-Gun is doing his job, that someone within the organization is taking shots at Jalen through the media.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying Jalen's been perfect this year. Nobody's been perfect this year.
Yeah.
But one thing I can say is Jalen goes to that podium every Wednesday and has never thrown a shot at anybody. When all the coaching stuff is happening with Patullo, he supported Patullo. When all the AJ stuff was happening, he did not take any shots at AJ. So whether or not the criticism that D-Gun is being told is fair or not, I personally don't think it's fair that people are taking shots at Jalen. And my concern, and my question for you would be, are you concerned about that as a captain? I mean, I know Nick really stresses keep it in-house, and it feels like that's not happening.
Yeah, I don't know, since this came out last night, you said?
Yeah, it was post-game.
Yeah, it wasn't addressed in the team meeting, so I don't think we're going to make it a bigger deal than what people are making it outside this building. But I'm on the same wavelength as you. Like, I think it's kind of unfair to say that he's the main problem when I come on this show every week and we break down the run game and we break down how that's not opening the passing game and then we break down protection and how we missed the call here and missed the block here, and so we're giving up sacks or we're giving up pressures. It's not it's causing Jalen to scramble, and so I think it's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy that somebody in the organization would do that. I don't know. He said he's been there a long time, Mount Rushmore, the media, so probably knows a lot of people. But then again, I'm not going to worry about that. Tell you what I'm going to worry about is doing my damn job.
Yeah.
Got enough problems there. Speaking of which,
Yeah.
let's talk about my job.
Yeah.
So how do you think you're playing this year? Because, I mean, look, I've known you since you got to Philly.
Yeah.
It does seem like you are being a little harsh on yourself. I mean, just how do you think you're playing this year? Do you not think you're playing well?
No. I think I'm doing enough but not playing to the standard. But that's just me.
Yeah, I mean, the standard for you, which has to be interesting now, is the best offensive lineman in the NFL.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what Pro Football Focus called you last year. So do you think that – do you think –
My standard is being better than Lane.
It's a big standard.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the goal. I don't care what PFF says. And my goal, in my head, Lane is the best offensive lineman in the league. No one can take that away. Mm-hmm. No one can tell me, no, he ain't. It's Tristan Wirfs, it's Penei Sewell. It ain't. It's Lane Johnson. And so for me, that's how I try and play my game, is to be the best tackle on that field on both sides of the ball. And that's just my personal, motivation, I guess you'd call it.
Is there one thing you find you're struggling with this year that maybe has you not playing to that standard?
No, I think I just need to be better at execution. Probably more, not executing at a higher rate than I was last year. But yeah, I'd say that. Just execution, technique. So,
Do you? You had mentioned Eliot had asked you about enjoying the wins. Do you find it more difficult to enjoy the win if you don't feel like you yourself played well? Yeah.
Yeah, if I feel like I didn't contribute to the win, 100%. It's hard. And then you just sit up all night thinking about every play that you left out there, all the yards you left out there. That's all you think about. That's why you go to bed at 5:30.
I was thinking today, you guys played a lot of snaps last year. All the way to the Super Bowl, a lot of running plays. Now that you're 10 or 11 or 10 games into the season, are you feeling that?
Oh, yeah.
How so?
It's taken me longer. I've added more recovery stuff in the routine just to make it through the padded practice.
The padded practice?
Padded practice on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, we got a padded practice. So I'm doing a lot more in the routine now as I keep playing in the league. I'm very grateful for that. And so the longer I play, the more stuff I keep adding in just to try and be fresh through the week and then be fresh on Sunday.
An idea I just thought of. You guys should consider having a bad season so you don't have to play extra games after the season and then you feel... You ever think about that maybe? Have a bad season?
I don't know, man. That's not a good idea, Spike. That's not a good idea.
Well, to be clear, he's a Sixers guy. They had 3 or 4 bad seasons
we have lots
in a
of
row.
bad seasons.
Yeah, so that they could be good.
Yeah.
That's not a good idea. I don't like that idea.
All right, just throwing it out there. All right.
I plan on living here after my career.
All right, we'll take one more break, come back with more with Jordan. It is the Jordan Mailata Show at Chickie's and Pete's in South Philly. It's brought to you by Miller Lite. Enjoy the Miller Lite Whistle to Whistle Game Day Special here at Chickie's and Pete's. Celebrate responsibly. It is the Jordan Mailata Show.
Yes, it is.
At Chickie's and Pete's in South Philly.
Yes, we are.
Brought to you by Miller Lite. It's Miller time, Eagles fans.
Yes,
Celebrate responsibly. So,
Please
Jordan,
do it.
you have... Keep riding that beat. Go ahead.
Sorry,
you got anything? You got freestyle?
I'm not going to freestyle. I'm not doing all that.
More of a singer.
Have you ever rapped?
Yeah, have you ever tried to rap? I mean, it seems like a natural transition for you.
My favorite karaoke song is to do Rap God by Eminem.
Okay.
That seems like an extremely difficult karaoke song.
Yeah.
If you're going to pick a karaoke song.
You pull that off?
I cannot. I was just being facetious. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, I was going to say.
Big word alert. Big word alert. He said facetious.
That was a big one.
Yeah, we can get away with facetious. You ever think to yourself, man, I'm too good at too many things. I should leave stuff for other people and not make them look so bad?
No,
you asking me or him?
Yeah, that's a great question. Because you looked at Eli.
He did, yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
What's that?
You looked at Eli when you said
I was
that.
not looking at it.
He was kinda looking at me.
No. That was you. That was you.
Man, I don't really think about that.
I know.
I actually have a random Jordan question.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
So, I could be dead wrong about this. But I was
You're
driving.
wrong a lot.
I am. That's true.
Yeah.
I was driving to the game yesterday, and I saw a dude in a Jordan Mailata jersey. and I saw someone in a big car honk their horn at the dude in the Jordan Mailata jersey. Was this you?
That was me.
That's what I thought. I looked over.
That was me.
And I recognized you had it on that long sleeve green and white jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was me.
So were you honking at him? Or
beep, 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 beep,
did you see me? I was right next to you.
Clearly he didn't.
Well, yeah, he's going to lie now.
Sorry, Eli.
No, it's okay.
I honestly didn't see you.
I was in my bad car, too, so I would prefer if you didn't. Yeah. I don't want you thinking I don't have a nicer car. Is it weird to see people in your jersey?
It is weird.
Is that why you
we
honked?
call that it's like a wild sighting. In the wild.
In the wild.
Yeah.
In the wild. We're like, whoa, just came out of 7-Eleven. What's he doing there?
Yeah.
Do you ever? Go ahead.
Kind of messed up the honking rhythm. I think he thought I was honking at him because he thought, he probably thought that I thought he was in the middle of the road.
Kind of was. He was opening
I was
his
trying
door.
to do like the rapid 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was a pop, pop, pop. So it was bad.
I think there should be two horns. There should be a polite horn and a rude horn. So there's two different buttons.
There's the, hey, it just turned green. You might want to notice it.
Correct.
And then there's, man, you really screwed that up.
Now,
Like
the tough
mean
thing
horn.
is when you use the mean horn, it would be pretty aggressive.
Yeah.
I thought the story was you were going to say you almost blew off the bridge from the wind
From the
heading
well,
into the stadium.
Yeah, it was crazy windy.
It's crazy.
Does it affect you at all, specifically, or just more?
Honestly, I've been waiting for you to ask me that question because, man, the wind affected me so much that I got called for a holding penalty.
There you go. That's what you should say to people on Wednesday when they ask you.
It was the wind.
I'm sorry. I gotta make jokes of my mistakes. Otherwise,
You're too hard on yourself with the mistakes. I understand why. Eliot and I, just
fun.
honestly, just pulling back the curtain sometimes, I think Eliot and I will talk, and we'll say, I think Jordan thinks he played worse than he actually played. And you're bummed out, and I just want to be like, even subpar Jordan is still much, much better than most players. And you should have a high standard. I appreciate
I have a high
that.
standard. And I think, maybe I need to go see somebody about that. I haven't seen our team therapist in a while, so maybe I should.
Yep.
But, they just want to feel like similar to AJ, man. I just want to feel like I contributed to the win.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you and AJ.
Yeah, you
Dude, I don't know. We
Twitch it up
piece in the
tonight.
pod, man. We just twitch it up.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
Well, you know what's funny? You say you're trying to laugh through it. When AJ was on Twitch and he was
laughing at it.
He was laughing.
Yeah.
And I think that there is a healthiness to that as well. Now, there's a lot of the, not to do the AJ thing, but to your point, I guess it is a good attitude to have. But it's interesting to watch you work through it because I feel like the fans are also sometimes conflicted because you guys are 8-2. I think you're going to the Super Bowl. Like, you're in a good space. But then there is also people that aren't thrilled. So you're really reflecting the fan base right now in terms of your emotions.
Maybe we are similar.
You're a
similar
Philly
people.
guy now.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Maybe I've just been in Philly for so long now that I'm just becoming one of the people. But, I think this is the thing. For me, it's pretty easy to play here. Just give everything you have, man. Just give everything you got, and the rest will take care of itself. I want to give a lot more than everything I have,
Yeah.
And maybe I have to align my expectations with reality a little bit more, and just focus on just really doing my job to the best that I can and not trying to do other people's job and go from there.
Well, it also, I know you say you don't pay attention to it, but when you start getting called the best tackle in football, that would screw with my head a little bit. Like I could have my standards or whatever, but that seems like a standard. You're lucky in that you have Lane here, so you can just compare yourself to him on some level.
That's all
right?
I compare myself to.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, you're the best tackle in the league. I'm like,
Yeah.
who said that? Who said that?
That's literally what Jordan said when we asked him about it
Yeah,
last
I'm
year.
like, who said that? No.
Yeah.
So, that's cool that you guys want to say that, but I think my standard is pretty high because of the people we have in that room, the culture that I walked into in that locker room as a young buckaroo. And, I'm trying to maintain that standard. And so, got to keep pushing, got to keep going.
Do you still learn from Lane?
100%.
Yeah. Because, I mean, it's pretty nice to have the guy that you're trying to be as good as right there to ask questions.
God, I'm so lucky.
It's like me and Spike. I get to learn from Spike every day. Yeah.
I'm so lucky.
Exactly.
So lucky, man. I would love to see you guys
what?
text to each other. See if
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot.
Myself and Lane's text.
I'm pretty old.
I'll trade you. Yeah. Yeah. You can see my text with Spike. I'm sure they're way less interesting.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, 8-2. It's pretty good. Dallas on Sunday. We hope we'll be here for another win. We appreciate you as always, man.
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
Go get some sleep.
And remember, sleep. You're playing better than you think you are.
Yeah.
Just come on, man. I just want to see you smile.
Yeah, turn that frown upside down.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You guys are good.
All right.
You guys are good.
We the Players Lounge is up next. Ike Reese, Hugh Douglas, Eliot, and this week's guest Tanner McKee. We will talk to you next week. Well, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Whatever. This has been the Jordan Mailata Show, brought to you by Miller Lite. It's Miller Time, Eagles fans. Celebrate responsibly.